Very good morning to everyone. This is the first lecture. I am going to take accountancy and financial management with you all. The subject which I am going to take is known to be called as accountancy and financial management. This is nothing but your accounts. So, now today in the first lecture, we will discuss the syllabus for the subject. What are the topics you all have in this subject? So, the first topic which you all have is accounting standards issued by ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So there are some accounting standards set up by ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, who have set some standards, some rules, some regulations which have to be followed. And the first chapter which you all have is inventory valuation. Now, about this chapter, we will discuss in the later part of the lecture because I am going to start with this chapter only today. This is the first chapter, so I will be uh, starting my subject with this chapter. Explanation will be given in the later part of the lecture. Second topic which you all have is final accounts. Now you all must be familiar with final accounts. As final account, now from your 11th standard, from your junior college, you are coming across this chapter called final accounts. Now, what is final account? Final account is finalization of accounts wherein the business may come to know the profit or loss made by the business and also the financial position. So, what position are they in the business? So, अगर suppose मेरा business है कंस्ट्रक्शन का, तो व्हेन आई प्रिपेयर माय फाइनल अकाउंट आई कैन डिस्टिंग्विश, मैं ये फर्क कर सकती हूँ कि बाकी बिजनेसेस को कंपैरिजन में वेयर डू आई स्टैंड, वेयर डू माय बिजनेस स्टैंड. तो बिजनेस का फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन हमें समझ में आता है बाय प्रिपेयरिंग फाइनल अकाउंट्स. और जब कोई बिजनेस करता है, whenever anyone is conducting business, the main goal, जो main aim होता है वो होता है to make profit. And you can come to know whether you are making profit or loss from preparing the final accounts. I assume all of you are aware about final accounts. In your 11th standard, you have final accounts of sole trading concern. Now, sole trading concern means single owner. आपने 11th स्टैंडर्ड में फाइनल अकाउंट्स किया रिलेटेड टू अ सिंगल ओनर. इफ देयर इज ओनली वन ओनर, how to prepare the final accounts you all have seen in your 11th standard. And in the 12th standard, final accounts of partnership was done. Final account when more than one partner, more than one owner is there in the business. When more than one owner is there in the business, they are called as partners. तो partners अपना final account, अपना accounts को कैसे finalize करते हैं, how they decide about their profit made, losses made, we have seen in the 12th standard final accounts. Remember, students, every year you will have to deal with final accounts. So it now here in the FY BCom, in the BCom, you all have taken admission in BCom. So BCom pattern is divided into 6 semester, and every semester you have account subject. So in every semester there will be final accounts also. But we will not be studying the same final accounts. We will be studying the final accounts of different concerns. Like in this semester, you have final accounts of manufacturing concern. इस साल ये सेमेस्टर में आपको फाइनल अकाउंट्स है सीखना है about the manufacturing concern. So manufacturing concern means the and manufacturing concern of a sole trader means ये manufacture तो करता है but he is a single owner. So this final accounts is the basic final accounts. The and remember one thing, आप कोई भी final account करो but the basics of final account will remain the same. And that basics we have learned in the 11th standard, but आई अज्यूम दैट वो 11th स्टैंडर्ड में जो आप लोगों ने सीखा था अभी कहाँ याद रहेगा. When we will be doing this chapter, we will be doing from scratch only, but if you little bit also if you remember, I will be happy कि चलो कुछ तो अगर इसके अंदर का मैटर आपको नहीं याद है, but at least you remember that you had done final accounts at some time. Every year you will have this. Now I should say every semester you will have final accounts, but final accounts related to different concerns. Now in this semester you have final accounts related to manufacturing unit of a sole trader. In the next semester you will have final accounts of partnership concern. But you will say that partnership तो हमने 12th standard में भी किया है, but there is a addition, okay? There is a addition, and then you have final accounts of companies, you have final accounts of banking, final account of cooperative societies, final account of insurance companies. There is final accounts are prepared by all business, because every business want to know their financial standing, every business want to know their profit made or loss made. So every business has to prepare final account, every business have to finalize their accounts. So this chapter will be there in every semester. So ये देख के समझ जाओ, चलो फाइनल अकाउंट जब तक you are a commerce student, you are doing accounts, this final account will be there with you all. So the next chapter after final accounts that we all have is capital and revenue, expenditure and receipts. In order to prepare final accounts, you should be aware of this concept. Now all the concepts, मतलब कुछ भी चीज रहने दो, उसको हमने अकाउंट में समझने की कोशिश की है. Every aspect of this universe we have tried to understand from a point of view of an accountant. So to understand that, we have certain, like अभी accounts में we classify everything, income, expense, asset, liability. That way we try to understand everything. So to understand that thing, we should also understand that capital revenue means what. Something can be a expenditure or something can be a revenue. So if it's a expenditure, then it's a, तो वो कौन सा टाइप का एक्सपेंडिचर है, वो कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर है या वो रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर है. इफ इट्स अ रिसीट, देन इट इज अ कैपिटल रिसीट और अ रेवेन्यू रिसीट. नाउ व्हाट इज अ कैपिटल, व्हाट इज रेवेन्यू, व्हाट इज कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर, व्हाट इज कैपिटल रिसीट. हमें कैपिटल और रेवेन्यू को समझना चाहिए. कैपिटल मीन्स समथिंग विच इज नॉट repetitive in nature, which is incurred now but it gives benefit for a long period of time. And revenue means the regular thing. So इसको हम और अच्छे से समझेंगे when we will be doing this chapter, but this chapter is generally asked as a, like it is a full-fledged question, but आपको कुछ expenditures देंगे, some transactions will be given, and you have to recognize, you have to identify whether it is a capital expenditure, whether it is a revenue expenditure, whether it is a capital receipt, whether it is a revenue receipt, and what are these four things. I'll explain you when we will be doing this chapter. ठीक है. Now just understand that this chapter is there for you all. Now after this chapter we have our next chapter, which is known as departmental accounts. What is it? Departmental accounts. Now what is departmental accounts? See, when we talk about a store which has many departments, we when you talk about, suppose a Reliance Mart, or suppose a D Mart, suppose a Sarkari Bandar, or suppose Big Bazaar, so you will, what will come to your mind? You something, what will come to your mind, that this is a place where you will find everything, whatever you want, under one roof. Under one roof, एक ही जगह में आपको सारी चीजें मिल जाएगी. आपको अलग अलग जगह में भागने की जरूरत नहीं है. एट वन प्लेस यू विल फाइंड ऑल योर रिक्वायरमेंट्स. So now all the requirements are available under one roof, but every now when you understand that everything is available under one roof, what do the business does? It classifies every सिंगल स्टोर, मतलब एक ही बिग बाजार में आप क्लोथिंग भी खरीद सकते हो, आप क्या कर सकते हो, आप ग्रोसरीज भी खरीद सकते हो. यू कैन बाय एवरीथिंग, बट दोज थिंग्स आर क्लासिफाइड, मतलब वेराइटी ऑफ things are classified into a different department. They are classified into different departments, and every department have to calculate its expenses, its income, and in short कि उनको उस डिपार्टमेंट को प्रॉफिट हो रहा है या लॉस. Why does we do that? Why, when everything is sold under one business, why does the business want to know individual profit and losses? why is it necessary? जब हर एक चीज रिलायंस ही बेच रहा है, तो वो क्यों जानना चाहते हैं कि हर एक डिपार्टमेंट का क्या प्रॉफिट है, क्या लॉस है? To understand which department is functioning very well and which department is making losses, to understand that in a better way, departmental accounts are prepared. So in the departmental accounts, it is similar to final accounts. We prepare trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet, but in the trading account, in the profit and loss account, there are columns for different departments. मतलब अगर suppose there are 5 departments A, B, C, D and E, तो हम P&L account में 5 columns prepare करेंगे, debit side में भी and credit side में भी. See, now you all are in, you all have joined a English medium college. You all should understand English now. So I am simultaneously, I am also speaking in Hindi so that you can understand well. But you should also have an idea of English. आप जब ग्रेजुएशन आपका कंप्लीट होगा, तब आपको अगर कोई आपसे इंग्लिश में बात करना चाहेगा, तो हाउ विल यू कम्युनिकेट? आप ऐसे बोलोगे, कॉलेज में तो हमसे हिंदी में ही बात करते थे. यू शुड ऑल्सो बी अवेयर अबाउट English. So what I will be doing, I will be speaking in both the languages, English as well as Hindi. Sometimes I will also use Hindi, so that the ones who are not able to understand can also understand ki what is going on. So if I will start speaking only Hindi, then you will forget English. ऐसा हो जाएगा, फिर आपको ऐसे लगेगा कि फिर आप समझ, अभी अगर I will talk in English, then you will also understand English ना. हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों I will use, so that you can understand both. हिंदी you all understand, English also you should understand. See, departmental accounts, I have explained you all what is departmental accounts. In departmental accounts, you will classify the business into different departments. तो क्या होता है यहाँ पे आप एक से ज्यादा departments देखोगे. सो वो डिपार्टमेंट को प्रॉफिट हो रहा है कि नहीं, वो भी आप जानने की कोशिश करोगे. यू विल ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट दैट ईच डिपार्टमेंट इज मेकिंग प्रॉफिट और लॉस. यू विल try to find out that aspect. Now, the last chapter which you all have is accounting for hire purchase. Accounting for hire purchase. Now, what is accounting for hire purchase and what is hire purchase? To explain you what is hire purchase, I want to know how many of you all have purchased, suppose a television set. टीवी आप लोगों ने खरीदा, एंड टीवी खरीदते वक्त यू ऑल हैव या तो कोई भी चीज खरीदा ऑन EMI, इजी मंथली इंस्टॉलमेंट. आई नहीं, आप नहीं तो आपका फैमिली must have purchased something in your lifetime on installment basis, जहां पे आपने पूरा का पूरा पैसा एक ही बार में पे नहीं किया. आपने क्या किया? What you all have done, you all must have purchased something on installment basis. Now that is hire purchase. Under hire purchase, what happens? There is a buyer and there is a seller. What does the seller do? Seller sells the goods to the buyer. एक खरीदने वाला होता है और एक बेचने वाला होता है. तो there is a seller and there is a buyer. They both come under a agreement. दोनों एक चीज के लिए agree करते हैं, and there is one agreement. That agreement is known as hire purchase agreement. That agreement is known as hire purchase agreement. What does that agreement consist of? That yes, that agreement consists of that there is, suppose for example, a television set that is being purchased by the buyer and sold by the seller. Now, when this television set is being purchased, the buyer will not pay the whole amount of the TV. Suppose the TV cost rupees 1 lakh, TV का cost है 1 lakh, TV cost rupees 1 lakh, and ये 1 lakh को एक ही बार में पे नहीं करेगा buyer. He will pay the amount in installment. So the accounting for that installment, suppose for example, TV is for 1 lakh and the buyer pays 20,000 on purchase. How much does the buyer pays? Only 20,000. Can you all hear now? Am I audible? आवाज आ रहा है और it is breaking? Is it clear now? See, there may be some network issues because we have to now get equipped to these issues. When we are sometime the issue can be with me, or sometime the issue might be with you all. But the thing is what, when I am taking my lecture, simultaneously I am also recording this lecture. So after the lecture is over, I will give you this. There may be, there is, see, others are saying that the voice is clear. There may be a account, or the network issue with you also. You all are finding that my voice is breaking. If you all have a network issue, then you all can find my voice to be breaking. But don't worry, what I will do is I will be providing you with the recording of this lecture, so that you all can go through the YouTube and you can have a again have a have again can listen to my lecture. 1 minute. There is one thing which I have to clear. Yes, now I have cleared. So accounting for, let's come back to the lecture, accounting for hire purchase. So accounting for hire purchase means what? Means there is an purchase between buyer and seller, but this purchase is on installment basis. This purchase is on installment basis. You understand? It is on installment basis. That is, the whole amount of the asset is not paid at once. It is paid on installments. That installment may be monthly, that installment may be half yearly, or that installment can be annually. So that depends on what is given in the question, that on what basis the installment amount has to be paid. And whenever the seller is charging, giving installment facility, he will also charge something extra. मतलब अगर उसने पूरा 1 लाख टीवी बेचा होता, टीवी 1 लाख का है ऑफ 1 lakhs, अगर आज ही मैंने पूरा 1 lakhs लिया होता सेलर ने, तो उसको पूरा पैसा एक ही बार में मिल जाता. बट नाउ सेलर इज गिविंग वन फैसिलिटी ऑफ हायर परचेस. सो व्हाट, he will not get the whole amount of the TV at one time. So he will require some extra amount. So the seller will charge interest. Seller will charge what? The seller will charge interest on this kind of purchase. So we will understand this chapter in a very better way when we start with this chapter. Now I have only given you a gist of it, just a short explanation, a small idea about all the topics which you have in this semester. Now what we will do, we will go to the next slide. In the next slide, we will see the pattern, paper pattern as prescribed by Mumbai University for my subject. So this paper pattern is related to my subject. You will have altogether 5 questions. You will have altogether 5 questions. I will give you the attendance at the end of the lecture. So for my subject, you will have, I will give you the link also, so you can write it later on also, no problem. See here, there will be 5 questions. Question 1, question 2, question 3, and 4 and 5. So 5 questions will be there. Each question will carry 20 marks. So 20 into 5 equal to 100 marks. Your paper will be of 100 marks, and each question will carry 20 marks each. The first question will be of an objective type, which will have 2 sub questions of A and B. In sub question A, 12 questions will be asked. You have to answer any 10. And for sub question B, again 12 questions will be asked. You have to answer any 10. And this question 1, which is for objective, can have multiple choice question, true or false, match the column, or fill in the blanks. So the question 1 is an objective type question, wherein 2 sub questions will be asked for 10 marks each, which will have 12 questions, 12 fill in the blanks, 12 true or false, 12 match the column. But you have to answer any of the 10. You will get 10 marks each. Total will be 20. 10 for A, 10 for B will be 20. And second question to fourth question will be practical questions. आपको काउंटिंग सम्स आएंगे 20 मार्क्स के लिए, जो कि सब क्वेश्चन ए बी में भी हो सकता है, या तो इट मे बी अ फुल फ्लेज्ड 20 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन. So question number 2 to question number 4, practical questions. Practical questions will be there, and it will come from all the 5 chapters which you all have. So all are practical questions which you all have in your syllabus. Any question can come with internal choices. मतलब question number 2 के बदले में एक और क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 होगा. आपको दोनों में से कोई एक सॉल्व करना है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 or question number 2, 20 marks each. Question number 3 or question number 3, 20 marks each. Question number 4 or question number 4, 20 marks each. Means every question will have option. Every question will have internal option. So you can either solve the first question in question number 2 or you can solve the second question. दोनों करोगे. सपोज आप क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 के दोनों क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते हो तो क्या होगा? आपको 40 मार्क्स मिलेंगे? नहीं, आपको सिर्फ 20 मार्क्स ही मिलेगा. एंड उसमें भी सपोज क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 जो पहला ऑप्शन है उसमें आपको 10 मार्क्स मिला, एंड क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 का जो दूसरा ऑप्शन है उसमें आपको 16 मार्क्स मिला. सो whichever is highest that will be counted. मीन्स आपको टोटल 26 मार्क्स नहीं मिलेगा, आपको सिर्फ 16 मार्क्स मिलेगा. whichever is the highest marks in both the options. So instead of wasting your time in solving question number 2, both the sums, you go to question number 3 and solve that, or question number 4 and solve that. Don't go to solve the options also. Otherwise, you will only waste your time and you will be getting 3 hours. 100 marks ka question, and you will get how many time? You will get 3 hours. 3 hours to solve the 100 marks question paper. So question number 2 will have question number 2 in option. Question number 3 will have question number 3 in option. And question number 4 will have question number 4 in option. So any of the one you can internal options होगा. आपको जो भी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना है दोनों में से एक आप सॉल्व कर सकते हो. आई अज्यूम आपको ये समझा है. इसके बाद क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 you will have theory क्वेश्चन ए एंड बी 10 मार्क्स ईच. 2 क्वेश्चन रहेंगे. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5A big question, question number 5B big question for 20 marks, 10 each. एंड इसके ऑप्शन में आपको शॉर्ट नोट रहेगा, एंड वो शॉर्ट नोट में 6 क्वेश्चंस ऑफ 5 मार्क्स विल बी आस्क्ड. लेकिन आपको सिर्फ कोई 4 क्वेश्चंस ही सॉल्व करना है. समझा? short note में 6 questions will be asked, but you have to solve any 4 for 5 marks each. 4 into 5, 20. So there will be 5 questions. First question will be objective and last question will be theory. First question will be objective and last question will be theory. First question objective and last question will be theory. So with this, this will be the paper pattern suggested by university. और आपको एक क्वेश्चन होगा that theory will come from where, because all the chapters are practical chapters. So theory कहाँ से पूछेंगे? Theory will be asked from all the 5 chapters. मतलब उसमें से practical questions भी पूछेंगे and theory question भी पूछ सकते हैं from those chapters itself. And there are 2 about the books. There are 2 books available in the market. One is Manan Prakashan and Ainapure भी बोलते हैं Manan. One is for Manan and second is Shet publication. Second one is Shet publication. Now what you have to do is, आप आई एम गोइंग टू रेफर मनन, तो आप मनन का टेक्स्ट बुक ले सकते हो. इफ यू वांट आई विल पुट इन योर व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप ऑल्सो. मनन, MANAN, मनन प्रकाशन का बुक खरीदना है. विच बुक यू हैव टू परचेस? मनन प्रकाशन, MANAN, मनन. Okay, which book I will put in the chat box for you all to understand better. Go for Manan